What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my vanilla hardcore let's play. I've had quite a few days on here. I went exploring, and like not just a little bit exploring. I went far. I went far and wide and around. I actually picked up some oak or dark oak trees. It's actually just like right over this hill. There's a bunch of them. In fact, those, I don't know, those may even be some over there. They kind of, actually, that looks pretty big. That might be one right there. They have to be planted in a 2x2 fashion for them to grow. So I don't have too many of them here. In fact, I just used my last 4 right here. Oh, dang. You can see that. I chopped one down right here. And they don't drop saplings a whole lot. So anyways, I thought it's only time that we actually start making our house pretty and kind of getting it around, and I don't know, just preparing for better things for us to do, and to prepare for those we need places to put all that stuff, because I don't like our storage being right here. I don't mind having a couple of chests in the first room because you know, it's easy to access and stuff like that, but I don't like how it's organized. By the way, totally loading up on ender pearls. It's pretty sweet. And got a bunch more diamonds and a bunch more coal too. Consolidated a bunch of my redstone down to blocks. Still kind of low on gold and a decent amount of iron. So what we're going to do is tear apart the living room. Prepare for whatever we're going to do. I don't really like how I set up this entryway initially anyway, so we'll probably take it out a little bit more. And I have a bunch of, and well, thanks to this silk touch pick, we have a bunch of stone bricks, even though these are all ones that were smelted, but you know, some of these are from mining and junk. We're gonna remodel this place, make it look pretty. It's getting dark out already, but yeah, I thought that actually, you know what, I haven't even tried out dark oak yet. Why don't we let's see what that looks like before we go any farther. I'll put a couple of torches on the ground here and sleep, get a little bit of additional light, and see what this looks like in combination with stone bricks. So let's say we take out this wall. I'm doing this wall even though I just did knock down the other one because this one's nice and flat. Gosh, this pick is awesome. Oh, my axe. What is it? The Stump Smasher. It's pretty awesome. I mean, it has Bane of Arthropods on it, but, you know, whatever. What are you going to do? Those level 30 enchants are kind of tricky, although I do have 2 books in here. Yeah. They're not level 30s. It was like, I think I had 15 levels or something like that, and one's a 10. I think this one's a 10. And that's the 5. Just because. Why not? Alright. So, let's see. Let's see what this looks like up against this. I kind of like it. It's kind of smooth looking. It breaks up the color of the wall or the floor and stuff like that. Because I'm not a big fan of oak. I'm actually much bigger fan of birch than I am oak. In fact, why don't we go up top real quick, boop, and see about I guess this wall. I mean, it needs to be torn out anyways, so let's see what this one looks like. You can see I covered it up a little bit. I have that railing. I think I talked about that the last episode. It's been, like I said, very, very hectic week. Actually, I think I don't know, it just said hectic in general, but it's been a hectic week. I've been at Nvidia quite a lot the last couple of days, finishing up a couple of things. If you guys haven't yet, I mentioned on Server Saturday that it actually looks not too bad with birch. Maybe we'll swap the bottom floor with birch, and then we'll do that. Yeah. Oh man, I'm gonna need so much dark oak. But it's they're doing a new series. It's a DIY series called the Mod Garage, and I've had the awesome opportunity to help with it. I'm not actually working. I'm not actually part of the series, I guess I should say. I am working on it. I'm just not part of the series. But I am, you know, I'm there and I'm helping build it. It's basically they're working on a Red Harbinger cross desk, which if you guys follow me on Twitter, you know that Lee and I have worked on one already, and we got a prototype for another one for his own personal desk. And I'd really like to take this wall farther, but I know I'm not going to be able to. I could go down. We could make this like a basement. Like if we tear into probably like right here. We could go a little bit, I think. And then go down. Yeah, see, we're already hitting the surface right here. But yeah, it's a DIY series. It's there to kind of help you guys mod your cases in a more expert fashion rather than just, you know, buying pre-modded stuff. You know, we're trying to encourage you to take a hand in your own mods and stuff like that. And the first few videos that we're going to be doing are what they're calling master level modifications, which some of them, sure, like copper bending is going to be one of the episodes that I can understand that, but unfortunately Lee got okay, I should probably back up. The initial idea of this series was that Lee was going to be the one building it, and he was going to be the one doing all the work and everything like that. But then they had the ideas like, well, why don't we just bring in a whole bunch of professional modders? So like bring in, you know, a new different person per video, which is awesome. You know, I like that because up until now there hasn't been another build at all that ever incorporated this many professional modders on one project. So it's actually really cool seeing like all of them come in and bring their own set of like expertise to the series. And yeah, I guess we will take it that far out. I was gonna say is like maybe I'll bring it back one, but nah. And so yeah, Lee was gonna do all of it or whatever. So he goes and they film the first one, and it's basically just him cutting a hole, which is, you know, it's not necessarily difficult, but it is a part of modding. And so they started off with that, and I guess kept it kind of simple, you know, 'cause it's just drilling a hole in your case where you could put a fan. And so that video is up. He didn't get to do the fun stuff where he actually is, you know, what he is, what's the word I'm looking for? Where he excels in is water cooling, custom water cooling and stuff like that. So, you know, he was kind of looking forward to, you know, doing the project or whatever, because it's good promotion. I mean, Nvidia is a very, very big company, so it's not like, you know, it was going to be done shoddy or whatever like that. You know, they spent a lot of money making this very nice and filmed well. And honestly, like talking to the film crew that was helping them, A5, was one of the cooler moments of me being there, because, you know, I have a very big interest in filmmaking, and I have no formal training. All of my stuff is self-taught and just learned from reading up on stuff online and crap. So actually being able to talk to people who do this for a living, that was really cool. I've learned a lot of stuff, and I wish I had more time to talk to them, you know. So shout out to those guys. They're stationed in San Francisco, and they brought so many cool toys that unfortunately I wasn't allowed to play with, because more than likely because I was uninsured, and if I broke something, then, well, I would owe a lot of money. But then I didn't bother asking. Just because, you know, you got to figure, right, that they're not going to just let some random person start playing with their C300s. Alright, let's move this. And 2, and then that'll be the wall. But that was very cool. I also got to meet a lot of like famous modders. If you're part of the modding, or you know the modding community, I got to meet Darth Beavis. Was it Brian Carter, Rod and Bob? Or is it Bob and Rod? A whole bunch of people. And hopefully I'll get to meet Travis soon. I don't know his last name off the top of my head, but he's a world famous overclocker who taught Lee everything he knows about overclocking. So that's why they are one of the reasons that they brought him in to overclock the system. But basically, it's a Red Harbinger cross desk with okay, you don't go there. With 8 Titan Blacks, and they started the series before the Titan Zs came out, so I assume that's one of the reasons. That and the Blacks will overclock a lot better than the Zs will. So that's always a plus as well. Oh, we are really gonna run out of this. We may only be able to do the bottom floor today until I can farm more of this wood. Let's see how we're doing on torch placement. So if we have like 1 there and there, space it out. What do we got? 2 here? 2. I don't really like the idea of having 1 right there, because our stairs are going to be right here for the door. So yeah, it was really cool. I basically, what I've been doing is being a second pair of hands for the build. You know, I'm there helping put in hardware and stuff like that. When we first got there, none of the hardware was put in. It was just basically what Lee did on the first video, drill the fan in the back, which it was Nvidia's idea. And actually, in all honesty, now that fan's there, it's actually a good thing. It wasn't in the beginning, because it's just like, you don't need a fan here type of deal, you know? But now that they have all that stuff that they have in it, which you guys will see, it totally needs to be there. But when we got there was nothing in there. It was just 4 radiators, 2 of which were being replaced. Because they were too thick, and you couldn't have 4 GPUs in the system with them. Had to go with smaller, thinner ones, which doesn't decrease performance at all, because new, thinner radiators actually perform just as well as thicker radiators. It's pretty cool. I posted all the gear, which means I took all the gear out: the motherboard, power supply, RAM, everything, all the video cards, everything. Plugged it in and turned them all on. Basically, posting just means like you plug it all in and you turn it on and you wait for it to post the BIOS. And once it posts the BIOS, you know that it's a better indication that things are working right, the way that they're supposed to. So it's because if it doesn't post a BIOS, then it's do I need that section here? I don't think I do. If it's not going to post a BIOS, then you've got broken hardware, so that's sort of like the first thing that you do. When you get new hardware, you post it. And oh, thank you. I was about to say, and I just threw that down there. And goodbye. So I posted all the gear. Everything worked. It was awesome. And, oh, I didn't actually want to put that there. You can't go there. And after I posted it or whatever, I was helping Lee with, you know, just putting in random components and stuff. It really was just, you know, at the time, whatever he needed help with, I'd help him out with. But then he started giving me other things to do, so I started putting, like, the water blocks on all the GPUs, and put the 4-way SLI bridge in, and I thought I chopped down oh, I did. So it's still on me. And what else? I installed most of the hardware too, like the motherboard, which are Asus Rampage 4 Blacks, I think. I could be wrong on that, but I think that's what they are. I know they're blacks. I just don't know if it's Rampages or if it's what's the sound of the... I think the door's going into my inventory. I'm pretty sure they're Rampages, but doesn't matter. And then we leak tested them to make sure that they didn't leak, because that was a concern, because anytime you work with water cooling, you got to make sure that your stuff doesn't leak. It's just as important as posting. Whatever. Basically, I was just a second pair of hands being there, and I've had my hand literally in every aspect of the build so far. In some way, shape, or form, I was there. But the main reason I was there was to take pictures for the build logs, and just, you know, so they have pictures of the build. Because for them to book their internal photo guy, you have to book him like months in advance, and they can't get him as often as they needed a photographer for the series. So Lee was like, yo, I know this dude that has a nice camera. He does the videos for me. He does videos and stuff for me. He would be definitely the guy to choose for this build, and I'm so glad that I put in safety precautions for that. So that's why I was there. So I was taking pictures initially, and you guys will see a lot of those pictures at Nvidia, or no, not Nvidia, geforce.com/garage, I believe is the URL. And most of them are okay. I was a little overwhelmed with the project while being there, so I was like, you know, playing with stuff and just having a nice time, you know. And that, and like letting them know that I was willing to work there if they had any open positions. So I was constantly, like, you know, kind of talking to Romeo, like, hey, you know, if your creative department needs another photographer on hand, you know, I can come work here. It's fine. You know, I can find the time. Whoops, shouldn't have done that. Oh yeah, our potatoes. No. Oh, darn it. Okay, you guys are full. We'll find a better place for this stuff. I have a chest in here? I do. We'll put this right here for now. Nope, I need you. Put you away. This, don't need that. Bed, we'll keep one bed on us because we need a place to put it. And yeah, so I was just there, and then I made friends with a couple of the people that worked there who were Lee's buddies, and he introduced me or whatever, and I like the feel that I hit off with a couple of them. And I got, you know, some tours of the place, and they took me to see the demo room and like a bunch of other cool places. And it's just been a lot of fun. And hopefully, you know, something more awesome will come out of it if they actually do continue the series and keep doing stuff. Hopefully Lee and I will both get invited still. And there's a creeper just... Get out of here. Get away from my home. Dude was going to blow up my front door. So, yeah, you know, shout out to all those people. Literally every single person I met was awesome. They were all very nice and kind, and I had a fun time there. And it's a shame because the project's really getting close to being finished. Like after it's overclocked, I don't know how much time we'll have left in there because the guy, our escort, as they call it at Nvidia, the guy who is running the project, Romeo, he only has the room that they're currently storing the desk in till the end of July. And it's currently, what, like July, mid-July, something. I don't know today's date, actually, off the top of my head. So, he won't have that room for very much longer. And he's going on vacation soon. Until August 1st, which is crazy. So he's going to have someone more than likely get the desk and bring it someplace else so we can either finish it or, you know, do the last video, because the plan was to do the last video, or I guess the second to last video, or I don't know what the order was, but the overclocking section of it Tuesday. But we had to push it because there's a bunch of other wires and stuff that all need to be finished up, and that's going to take time. I don't have a place to make stairs for that. Or should we should raise this whole section here, huh? Like, what if should we take it like there? What if we did that? So we have like a staircase here, right? It would actually have to be like this. Right, we'll make it 2 wide, make it nice and accommodating. And wow, I am out of birch already. Are you serious? That is nuts. We'll sleep up here. Hopefully we won't suffocate to death. But yeah, no, it was a ton of fun, and it was really cool, you know, just seeing a company that, you know, I've never had any experience with personally. You know, like I've never been to their headquarters or like been to any other events or anything like that. That's what I mean, like, you know, personally. But have dealt with their products for so long, you know. Like I've dealt with Nvidia video cards for as long as I can really remember. I mean, I had an AMD phase where I had AMD cards for a while, but you know, I was still messing around with Nvidia cards because of either laptops or it doesn't, you know, just if you're a computer enthusiast, you just deal with these things, period. Or friends have them, stuff like that, you know. And it's funny that like I'm kind of like back into using Nvidia cards, and then I get invited to Nvidia to work on this really cool project that's I've been working on for months, and I couldn't really say anything about it. But now that the series is out, you know, apparently I'm allowed to talk about it. If I'm not, I'm sorry, Romeo. don't kill me. But anyways, yeah, the way that it works is that it was like we were kind of brought in as like contract workers. So we weren't employees of Nvidia, but we were getting paid via trade, which basically means like anything that they had lying around, or for all the professionals or the experts, they all got brand new Titan Zs, or not Titan Zs. I'm sure they would love Titan Zs, but Titan Blacks. So Lee got a Titan Black the first day we were there, and I got a GTX 580, which is actually something I really wanted at the time because the 500 series is supported in Sony Vegas as a GPU rendering card. But it doesn't recognize the 600 or the 700 series, so when I had my 680 I couldn't use it, and now that I have my 780 Ti I can't use that either to render. I'm now currently using Premiere a lot more, and my 780 Ti is supported in that, so the 580 actually kind of became less useful for me. But the second time I was out, I was offered a 4770K, which is an i7 processor, which is currently like $330 or something like that. It's a very, very nice processor, and I was just like, oh wow, this is pretty cool, you know. And Lee has a bunch of like spare cases and stuff like that, and I was gonna get a hold of Lee at the time. I already have now, but I was gonna ask him. I was like, hey, I want to build a streaming PC, a second PC just for streaming to offload the power off of my gaming computer, so that can, you know, keep up with the high frame rate and not be bogged down by streaming software, because even though OBS is lovely, it still bogs down and takes a couple of cores. So I'd like to reserve those mainly for gaming, and it would also be nice to have a PC that I can render to and continue to work and record off of my gaming PC and then transfer the footage over later. So I wanted a small build, very small. I have a 580 and a 4770K at the moment, so I was just like, okay, all I needed is a motherboard, some RAM, and a power supply, and that's it, you know, and I can kind of make do with the rest. But then I kept going to Nvidia more and more, and then one time I came home, and on the way out, they're just like, hey, here's a Quadro 6000. And I was just like, wait. You're going to give me just like, you're just going to give me a Quadro card on the way out. And they're like, yeah, no, it's last gen. So, which is typical with any technology company, at all. It doesn't need to be video cards. It could be hard drives. It could be anything that involves tech in any sort of fashion. If it's past life, basically, like, they're already off onto the new gen. Like, the 600 series video cards are no longer current gen because the 700 series is out and Titans are out and stuff like that. Giving away a 600 series card would be more favorable than a 700 because they have no use for the 600s. They want to use all the current stuff because why wouldn't you want to use your current gear in a corporate situation? Like, you don't want to roll up in a demo and still rocking 660s or something like that, you know? You want good stuff. Well, not that the 660s aren't good, but you get what I mean. So, yeah, they're like, no, these are Fermi architecture. We're not using Fermi anymore. We're off to, is it Kepler? Is that what the current one is? I have no idea. I'm not big on like keeping up to date on architectures and stuff like that. Rather, I'm too lazy to remember what architectures are up. But yeah, it's last gen, so we don't need it anymore. So I got a not a K6000, just a 6000, Quadro 6000, and looked it up. It has a couple of cores. It has like I think 470 something cores, somewhere around there. And oh, and what if we took this down a bit? We'll use half slabs here, and we'll take it down another level. So now I went home with a Quadro, a new processor, and a 580, and so it's just like, now I have to build that render PC because I have a card that's made for that. Like, that's what Quadros are for. They're for rendering. That's what you do with them. And so it's like, well, I have to do this now. So I told Lee about it, and I was like, hey, you know, can I get one of your cases that you're just hanging around or whatever? And he thought it was a really cool idea. It's like, okay, cool. And better yet, we'll stream the build. So we're going to stream us building this new PC. I don't know if we're going to stream it 100% of the time, because a lot of the stuff is going to take a lot of time. But for the most part, we're going to be streaming a lot of the work on it. And so we'll be there to answer questions about modding and different techniques for probably like sleeving or like handling airflow in cases and basically anything and everything that you would want to know about computers, honestly. And then we're going to also do a YouTube series on it and everything like that. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and I am blabbing a lot. And I know this is a long story or whatever, but we can talk more about it later. But yeah, I'll just wrap it up just so you guys aren't hanging on by a thread. So anyways, I'm going to be building a second PC that's for streaming. But it's going to be, or streaming and rendering, it's going to be themed after not Justin TV, Twitch TV. So it's going to be white with accents of purple. I've been trying to get a hold of Twitch to see about getting a sticker or something to like put on the side of the case. I'd rather stone stairs, I think. But they have not contacted me back, so what I think I'm going to do is probably... You know what? I want stone of these, too. I want to break up all the birch. Yeah, that looks good. Too much birch is not a good thing. Just like with the streaming PC build, I don't want to go overload. I don't want to overload with color. You know, I want to make it nice and subtle, and just nice looking. It's going to be the first build that I'm going to build that I'm going to have a lot of control over, because I don't need this PC right now, so I can take my time with it and make it look nice and everything. So now I can't get upstairs anymore. That's okay. We'll make more stairs. And so yeah, this place is kind of coming together. I need to farm more dark oak and everything like that, but yeah, the other bits of the story, by the way, guys, I'm skipping all over the place because I keep looking at this place and I want to talk to you about it, but I want to finish my story too. Anyways, I helped Lee on a separate project completely with Intel. Actually, 2 separate projects. One of them was fixing these server doors, these custom server doors that he made for them a while back. They're super cool. There's a picture of them on my Twitter as well. Totally follow me on Twitter if you guys like to see computer pictures and awesome stuff like that. I post a lot of them. So he was going to pay me for that, and then I sleeved a power supply for Intel, which he usually charges, I think, like $350 to sleeve a power supply. And he gave me a portion of that, and he was like, dude, how about this? I'll just buy the rest of the parts that you need for your streaming PC or whatever, and we'll call it a day. And I'm like, that's perfectly fine with me. So basically, I'm going to get the second computer for damn near free. I'm probably going to have to paint for the powder coat job that I want on it because I want the case to be white. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. I will be filming it, and it will be going up on my YouTube and Lee's YouTube, so look forward to that in the future. But anyways, guys, I really have to go. I've talked for way too long. These videos, these episodes are getting way too long, like way too long. We need to shorten them down. I know you guys probably like watching these long episodes, especially when I'm actually talking and I have things to talk about. I like those episodes. I like episodes like this where I can talk for a long time. But yeah, we need to chill out for a bit. I'm gonna sleep down here. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. I do appreciate it. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Anyways, I will see you guys Wednesday for another hardcore episode.